We have Kiwifarms got dropped by Cloudflare. Massive W's for the drop Kiwifarms campaign. And you know what? I just got to say this. I don't think anybody else could have done it. I don't think anybody else could have done it. Because what Keffals has done is unite so many different people that normally would never get along for a common goal. That's the definition of being an organizer. If I can stand shoulder to shoulder with Vaush in a goal, you know that the organizer is doing well. You know, I have my serious criticisms of other people, but at the end of the day, if you will join me in destroying Kiwifarms, then you're an ally. So it's pretty incredible to see Kiwifarms. Huge news today, possibly the end of Kiwifarms entirely. After the CNN camera crew leaves my house, I'm going to drop a statement and go live on Twitch. It's pretty incredible. When this drop Kiwifarms campaign started, I was always very supportive of it, but I was also, quite frankly, so used to no one giving a shit about it. As a Kiwifarms victim, I don't really give a shit about it. I don't talk about the weird, the psychos there because by ignoring it, for me, it managed to keep it kind of quiet. It kind of died down because I'm not really that interesting. I'm not an interesting law cow. Like, you could sit in here and listen to me talk about politics all day. Like, I don't do anything that's too interesting. But for a lot of other people, especially neurodivergent people, when you get trapped, when you get on that website and then you start to respond and you don't understand that these people are fucking evil, you don't understand, like, you could get trapped in a kind of cycle of victimization. So it's been pretty incredible to see. It's pretty incredible to see Keffals succeed so completely. I can't show you the Kiwifarms stuff, but this website has been rejected and thrown off of Cloudflare, which was one of the largest hosting sites in the internet. And one of the reasons why that is so important is because they had robust protection from DDoS, from people attacking the website, from being held accountable. Because you're not actually a lol cow. If anyone actually watches you, they just feel bored or threatened by the politics, or they engage with it. That's another third action. And so we've seen pretty clearly that Keffals has led quite the movement, and there's really nothing you could say about it other than it's been an incredible success. This is the statement from Keffals. If you're looking for it, it's one of them. The battle is won, but the war is not over. Today, Cloudflare has dropped the notorious far-right hate forum Kiwifarms. As CEO Matthew Prince has noted, threats against human life have been escalated in the last 48 hours on the website and happening in a much faster manner than law enforcement is able to keep up with. Kiwifarms has been around for over a decade, and at no point in the site's history have they come under this much fire. This is a historical moment where thousands of people have stood up and taken a stance against online harassment and hate. We're happy with the decision that Cloudflare came to, and this deals a big blow to Kiwifarms and their community, one they may never recover from. But that doesn't mean we should rest on our laurels. While we should celebrate today, that may not be the end of their community. We have shown that when united together, we are capable of moving mountains, and if we continue to stand together and fight back, we can see this until the end. As long as websites like Kiwifarms remain active, we'll keep fighting. FiberHub, a company based in Las Vegas, is where the servers that host Kiwifarms are located and serviced. If Kiwifarms ever becomes active again, we must apply the same pressure to FiberHub that we did to Cloudflare. Otherwise, the website will return online and be operational in the foreseeable future. We should celebrate all of our hard work. We did what no one else could. However, this is not the end. If we want to see the end of Kiwifarms and communities like theirs, we must continue fighting. Cloudflare only took action because of negative publicity, and they went after Cloudflare employees. You say that like I'm supposed to care. I mean, obviously, they're disgusting. Obviously, they're pieces of shit. Let me see if I could find it. There was an article on CNN, but apparently I hit back or something. There it is. U.S. Internet Service Company blocks controversial online forum citing imminent threats to human life. And Cloudflare, in my opinion, is a right-wing company. The way they have approached this situation, crying and shitting their pants every step of the way, I believe that they're a right-wing company. Period. Dot. Cloudflare's decision came as Kiwifarms was linked to a campaign of harassment and violent threats targeting Clara Sorrenti, a Canadian trans woman who is a streamer on Twitch, a popular platform among video gamers. They really need to... Twitch needs to move on beyond this. Like, if Twitch wants to actually be a competitor to YouTube, they have to get over the idea that they're popular with video gamers into a real fucking streaming website, which is what they are. Literally what company, corporation, or business owner isn't right-wing. No, you're right, Funkadelic, but they're far right. They're far right. Sorrenti, better known as by her online name Keffals, launched a campaign calling on Cloudflare to stop providing services to the site. Fearing for her safety after her personal details were posted online, Sorrenti said she left her home in Canada in recent weeks and traveled to Belfast, Northern Ireland to stay with a friend. However, she says the online harassers were able to track her down there. Police in Northern Ireland are investigating threats made against her there. Cloudflare's decision comes amid an ongoing debate about what major internet companies and platforms should do about online hate and harassment campaigns that are organized with the support of their services. Matthew Prince, a CEO of Cloudflare, has long expressed discomfort about his company's potential role of deciding what can and cannot be online. It is a position echoed by others in Silicon Valley who argue it should be up to them to police speech online. This is an extraordinary decision for us to make, and given Cloudflare's role as internet infrastructure provider, a dangerous one that we are not comfortable with, Prince wrote in a blog post Saturday after blocking Kiwifarms. But he said the rhetoric on Kiwifarms and specific targeted threats have escalated over the last 48 hours, to the point that we believe there is an unprecedented emergency and immediate threat to human life, unlike we have previously seen from Kiwifarms or any other customer before. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. What happened is stock went down. What happened is stonk went down. In the last week, stonk went down after a big drop. And it was there was some protection of Kiwifarms began to surge and get posted on their fucking... It became the top story on their finance page. Cloudflare urged to cut ties to site that promotes harassment. Cloudflare blocked... Like, you see what I mean? This 6 days ago. So stonk went down. The capitalists started shitting their pants. Cloudflare's partners started getting doxxed as well as their family members. Exactly. Then suddenly, now, now, okay, we have to block it. Cloudflare provides security services to Kiwifarms, protecting them from DDoS and other cyber attacks. We have never been their hosting provider, Prince added. Cloudflare pulled its support for the hate-filled forum 8chan after that site was linked to the shooting in El Paso, Texas, that killed 23 people. Kiwifarms was linked to the Christchurch shooting that killed dozens of Muslims in New Zealand. They did the same shit. Last Wednesday, amid increasing public pressure to stop providing support to Kiwifarms, Cloudflare released a blog post attempting to clarify its position. The post did not reference Kiwifarms directly, but Cloudflare said its decision to stop providing support to 8chan in 2019 and to the neo-Nazi website Daily Stormer in 2017 had unintended consequences. In a deeply troubling response after both terminations, we saw a dramatic increase in authoritarian regimes attempting to have us terminate security services for human rights organizations. By Sunday, so you don't do that! It's very simple. You make a distinction. You exercise judgment. You go Nazi website bad, stalking website bad, human rights campaign okay. Not hard to do. I'm sorry. Is your brain melt? By Sunday morning, Kiwifarms was mostly back up online, finding another service provider to keep it on the web. Sorrenti told CNN Sunday she's continued her campaign to have all internet service providers refuse Kiwifarms business. And quite frankly, without Cloudflare, it's going to be a hell of a lot more vulnerable to cyber attacks.
Person we both know, and he goes, I fully support it. I mean, I'll play along. I was like, I don't think that's what they're going for. I don't think you're scoring a lot of points walking up to a trans person. Sure. If you say so. Honey, come here. This one's believable. This is crazy. He was mad about the trans swimmer Leah Thomas who kept winning races. He said, this is messed up, man. There needs to be an asterisk next to those wins. And I said, I call bullshit. He goes, exactly. I said, no, that you care about women swimming. I've known you for quite some time. I've never heard you mention it. This outrage rings insincere. And he said, what if I have a daughter? And I said, you won't. You're 55 and you have a roommate. I don't think it's going to happen for you. He said, what if I raise a girl who turns out to be an Olympic swimming champion? I said, if you can find someone dumb enough to let you come inside her, I can pretty much guarantee that kid is not going to grow up to be a winner, okay? He was pissed off. He said, it could happen. I never wear condoms. I said, you never wear condoms and you don't have a kid? It's too bad your sperm isn't a trans woman who would know how to swim.
Yep. Is the transfer of the butt of the joke? Unheard of in stand-up. That's right. I've never heard about Kiwifarms until I heard what happened to Keffals. The force forum thread I saw all besides the Keffal haze was a thread about age of consent laws and how they were communist and immediately clicked out. No shit. Kiwifarms has now been dropped by DDoS Guard, their Russian protection for the RU domain. Joshua Moon is basically admitting defeat as there's no place left for him to turn to now that even Russia won't help him. APNIC may even revoke his IP addresses as they are Australian. In my life, there is a family emergency. It has absolutely nothing to do with the forum drama. I cannot and will not elaborate further. There will be a week or more where I am completely unavailable, and it is likely the site will go down during this time where I will not be able to bring it up. I want to appraise our situation frankly. Domain registrar. Cloudflare was both our application level DDoS mitigation and our domain registrar. They have given me a way to transfer my domains to another registrar. I do not know what registrar to send it to because I do not have faith in any company. DDoS mitigation. DDoS Guard will dropped us while I was writing this post. This meme about Russia being a free country is a joke. The US is a free country, but with no stewards to protect it. Without the US, there's no second best. I did not expect Cloudflare to crumple so quickly, and I have a plan C for DDoS mitigation. Resource allocation. I own IP addresses. Our IP allocation is from APNIC. APNIC is one of the 5 private companies which allocate internet resources around the world. APNIC happens to be based out of Australia, which recently passed draconian censorship laws. There is an effort to get our RIR to revoke our allocation. This would be unprecedented in the history of the internet, and considering China is in APNIC's region, an absolutely horrific standard which will echo throughout the upcoming decades. There's a non-zero chance of this happening. Hosting. We have one host and I'm looking at 2 more. It is likely that the host will give up 2. The 2 hosts confident they can handle the Kiwifarms are probably wrong. DDoS Guard was confident they could handle the Kiwifarms and said bring it on for less than 24 hours. This is an organized attack. There is a coalition of criminals trying to frame the forum for their behavior. These criminals provide opportunities for professional victims to amplify their message. Journalists canonize the crimes as the behavior of the forum itself, which becomes the effective truth for the general public. See, this is the spin that Kiwifarms is trying to put out. Basically, the reality is Kiwifarms is and Joshua are directly involved in the crimes. We're talking about celebrating people's suicides, encouraging suicide, encouraging doxing, encouraging swatting. All that shit happens on Kiwifarms, and they love it. So give me a fucking break. This is a machine that was built up formally against 8chan and activates anytime the cathedral wants to test the new fronts of its censorship. It's a massive amalgamation of various interests. I am one person. The financial limitations aren't even the real problem. The problem is I am powerless alone. There's no amount of money I could throw to convince people to be brave and free. This is just the reality of our country. And then what this machine will not accept is compromise. If I censor specific kinds of behavior, it would not matter. They don't want a specific thing censored. They want the average person to be able to speak in channels where only specific thoughts are acceptable. More importantly, they want to make it so that no small organization can host a service which threatens the cathedral. It used to be that one guy with a good idea could open up a platform and be a Tom Anderson, Mark Zuckerberg, Tom Fulp, Christopher Poole, or Richard Kenyatta. Take note that these names are all from 10 years ago. There are no new groundbreakers online anymore because breaking ground in the new internet's corporate parking lot is not allowed. I do not see a situation where the Kiwifarms is simply allowed to operate. It will either become a fractured shell of itself like 8chan, or jump between hosted domains like the Daily Stormer. I mean, they are a toxic, violent stalking website which kills people. This is not somebody talking about ugly ideas that we don't like. This is a criminal website. So I'm glad to see it gone. When we took it upon ourselves to get Cloudflare to drop Kiwifarms, we had no idea Joshua Moon's company, 1776 Solutions LLC, hosted anything else. Apparently, we have inadvertently deplatformed a neo-Nazi group based in New Zealand. Let's fucking go. Are you watching the stream unsubbed? You're making income inequality worse. You are doing anti-praxis. We are the only Twitch stream that will not accept scam advertisers, and I will never fuck you over by selling you crap